Hello. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all good. And it's the new year as well. So just check this out quick. I love this. Who remembers this film and tell me what it's called?
Merry New Year!
Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year.
Ha 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 ha! Thank you for correcting my English, which stinks. I am Nanja Ibuko, exchange student from Cameroon. Ha 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 ha! Happy New Year!
Merry New Year. Just going into the chat quick. Hopefully we're getting out. Trading Places. Yeah, you got it. One of my favorite films, actually. I love that film. Trading Places, brilliant film. So it looks like you can see and hear me. So there's no need for a 5x5, is there? So that's all good. Let me just turn that light down. It's a little bit aggressive, isn't it? So yeah, first of all, apologies for being AWOL all over Christmas and New Year's. Myself and my family really needed a break. This has been quite a year. Some, probably not all, know how crazy it was for myself and my family. 2025. We're not going to go into it because I'm sure we already know what's been going down. So whilst we're waiting for you guys to come into the chat, I just got to go and check on something, if I can find. We got a few things on the screen to share. So let me just find something. A bit of news I need to share. How do I do that on here? Analytics. Right. Okay. Right. Let me see. Right. Okay. No worries. Right. Okay. Listen, in the last 28 days, this YouTube channel has had 7 million views and lots of subscribers. I think 6,500 within 28 days. So thank you to all of you watching the content that's been going up over the last 28 days. And welcome to all of you new subscribers out there. So let me see who we got in here. Ninja Man, awesome, good to see you, Mark. And it looks like Cheshire Wanderer as well. Good to see you, Mark. And of course, the wonderful Rachel, my partner. Good to see you in here, Sweet Pea. All good. Yeah, we got a lot of old school people in the house. Slave to No Man, good to see you, bro. Big Dog. Everyone's here. Sweet. I'm not going to go for everyone. We'll be here all night. So, yeah, let's start this new year with a bit of a checklist. This is going to be quite a random live stream because there's so much going on around the world. There really, really is. So if you're watching this on the replay, hi, sorry you missed the live. If you want to be on the live stream in the chat, we've got 146 people here right now, and that number is going to climb. And yes, make sure you're subscribed, but more importantly, hit that notification bell. So I don't know about you guys, but I've hardly been drinking alcohol at all over Christmas. I think I've had 3 or 4 drinks since Christmas Eve. So I thought we'll go back to what we used to do on the old live streams. Now this is something different. I'm not usually a fan of IPA and stuff, but this one's a stout, and I just wanted to try something different. It's quite cold actually. It's been in the storeroom. So I don't know if you guys can see that there. Yeah, we're going to try that. It's a bit of stout, 7%. So it's got a bit of a kick in the ass, and it's honeycomb and ice cream flavour. Always tap it. For some reason, it makes it stop going all over the place. It works. And we've got our old school King George pint pot. If any of you guys have got any of these, let me know. They're getting really rare now. Bloody hell, look at the colour of that. I thought it would be light color, like the ice cream and the color on the front of the can. But stout being stout, it's a strong sip. Brewdog, you're taking the piss. There's not even a pint there. Why don't they make them 1 pint cans? It'd make life so much easier. Oh my god, it smells like I'm in an ice cream parlor. Wow. Hey, that's some good shit right there. Cheers, everybody. Merry New Year. Oh my god. I better go easier now. I'm going to get kushlozzled. So what we're going to do, I'm coming out of the chat because it's really, it just makes me go all crazy looking at that and trying to talk. A first little tip off the top of the bat here. When it gets cold outside, how many people, let me know right now, if you're watching in the comment section, how many times or have you ever attempted to open your door on your vehicle and it's been frozen shut? You just can't get in there. How many people have experienced that? It's happened to me. I've done some research. Oh God, I think I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years now. But something like this, if you don't know what this is, it's silicone spray. Okay, it's not oil, it's synthetic. Now, if you guys haven't got this and you don't know where to get it from, please feel free to visit my Amazon store under the page. I found on Amazon the cheapest place that you can get this. Right now, the reason I say this is before it gets cold. So your last chance is going to be tonight. So do it right now or after the live stream, whatever you want to do. Open one door at a time. And I want you to spray with this silicone spray all the way around your rubber seals on your door and on the entrance to your vehicle on the car itself. Okay. So once you've done 4, 5 doors, we've got a hatchback or a boot. Just leave it to dry. It won't take long. It will take no more than 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. Then close the doors. Guess what? If it goes to -20, you can still open your car door easy, like it was a warm summer's day. If you haven't got something like this sprayed onto your rubber seals around the entrance to your vehicle, you could find that it's frozen and it won't work. Even if you've got central locking, okay, you do beep, beep, you go to it, you lift the handle, stuck, okay. Some people have actually broken their handles off of their door attempting to get it open. Some people have lost the plot and poured boiling hot kettle water around the top and cracked the glass of the door. You won't believe the amount of numptiness going on out there. So silicone spray, if you haven't got this, check in the Amazon page. And I'll tell you what I could do. I think I've got it somewhere. Let me just see if I can find it and I can show you what I mean. So we're just going to make sure that you guys can see it. Sweet. What I'll do is I'll make it a bit bigger for you guys. There you go. So if you're on your phone, you can probably see this easier. Winter prep. Now I'm trying to think. Have I done a winter vehicle? Here we go. Winter vehicle, 32 items I've got on the Amazon page. And I'm pretty sure, there it is. £3.91. This is the stuff, okay? The stuff that I've just shown you, it's the cheapest you can get anywhere, right? And it's delivered. I think it's probably delivered for pretty much free, okay? So, yeah, get this stuff. It's excellent. You don't need loads of it. You haven't got to go for name brands to get expensive stuff. This stuff will do the trick, okay? So let me just put myself back on the screen there. So there's a free tip for you guys who think ahead and want to be prepared, because there's nothing worse if you're late for work. You go down the stairs, you go out, you try to get in your car and you can't even get in there. So you're going to be late for work, or you could have a non-thinking moment and put boiling hot kettle water around it, could make your situation a hell of a lot worse. So I wanted to share that with you. All right. So if you haven't done so, make sure that you do it, because we are expecting to get very, very low temperatures here in the UK. Where I am, in the mid mountains of Wales, the forecast with the wind chill is down to about -16. We're talking between 4 and 6 o'clock this morning, tomorrow morning, sorry. So it's going to be proper cold. My vehicle is completely prepped because I have to be out and about early doors. So I need to make sure at least I can get into my car and start it. So speaking of starting your car, if you're having problems starting your car, again, in the Amazon page, there's a thing in the winter vehicle prep page that I've just shown you, and they've got really good booster packs so you can jump your battery. Some of you guys may or may not have jump leads, but they only work if there's another vehicle who's willing to help. So if you're on your own, there's no one around, you can do it yourself. And it's just a simple case of plugging the crocodile clips onto your battery terminal, press the boost button, and just start your car, and guaranteed it will start. All right, it's brilliant because guess what? Batteries don't like cold. They really don't. Okay, if you've got an EV, good luck, because when it gets really cold, you're not going to get half the mileage or whatever that you would do normally. So just a bit of a heads up there. So where are we? In actual fact, what I could do, I can show some of this. Share screen. It's just so easy to do this on the Amazon page. Let me just make this bigger. There you go. Right, so the winter vehicle kit, which I compiled 27 days ago now, and it's been sat there. So you may not have all of these items, you might not have any of them, but it does make sense, you know, because I do feel we are getting or going to get more extreme weather conditions, more heat waves, more drought, more snow, more rain, more wind, more cold. Okay, so it's always best to be prepared. So what I have done is I've spent ages on Amazon 27 days ago finding the cheapest prices that I can find on Amazon, just to give you guys the very best deal that you can get out there. Okay, so we've already talked about the silicone sprays. There's another one there. There's one of these de-icer kits, which is pretty simple. You just throw it in the boot. You ain't got to worry then. It's all done. Something like this, it's just going to save you time getting all of the ice off your windscreen. There's all sorts of emergency breakdown kits. You can make your own, or you could just literally just buy one pack and it's all in there. Sometimes it's cheaper doing it that way. I'm a big believer in hot hands. I've been using these for donkey's years. Swear by them. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, look at this. 40 pairs for 20 quid. Yeah, wow. Bargain. You probably won't get it cheaper than that. This company here, I contacted these a couple of years ago, and it all went a bit sour. So I'm going to have to contact them again. These are USB chargeable hand warmers. Okay, so you can charge it up. Press the button so you can have it on warm, hot, or super hot. Keep it in your pocket, and if your hands are freezing cold, you forgot your gloves, or your gloves are wet through, okay, you can just literally put that in your hands and warm your hands up so you can remain to have dexterity whilst doing tricky things with freezing cold fingertips. So that's O Cooper. They're really cool. Lots of stuff for your vehicle. So we got some MREs, some pot noodles, that sort of thing. Really, really quick, really simple to use. We've got a military wool blanket in there on Amazon, and we've got a slightly better, thicker, warmer wool blanket, 100% wool. I would only recommend 100% wool. I'm not keen on other stuff because if it gets wet, it's just no good. Here's one of these booster packs which I showed you. Unfortunately, where is it? It's opened up on another page. But this one, I've actually got this one myself. I bought it with my own money. It's brilliant. So I really recommend TOPDON for starting your car. Seriously good bit of kit. Some emergency candles, 36 hours in your car, lovely and warm, ready to go. And a few other different options of these jump boosters. Okay, these are all the rage now. Hardly anyone uses jump leads. Like I say, you run out in the middle of nowhere, or there's no one around. What are you going to do with a set of cables? You need to have something so you can be a little bit self-sufficient. So let me just pop myself back on the screen. There we go. So another thing let me see if I can get this sorted, because I had an email last week, I think it was, and one of the best things which has really helped with my way of keeping warm out here in the sticks, with dealing with firewood. Let me see if I can show you that again, full screenio. These things are awesome. If you're a little bit more skilled, a little bit more confident, and you fancy the larger chainsaw, there's some here on the Amazon page. Husqvarna, tried and tested. Okay, complete with some gloves, chain oil, new chains, oil, head protection, ear protection. Personally, I wouldn't use a chainsaw without any PPE, to be fair. Okay, I know some guys probably will, but it's up to them. I'd rather stay safe because I value my limbs. All right. So yes, this was one of the ones that I've been using. I've actually got this on myself. It's a 6-inch mini chainsaw. Look at this, 28 quid. I'm kidding you not. If you've got access to woodland and you see lots of dead standing trees, you can literally chop up pieces of wood to go into the boot of your car. You can take home, then you can chop them up into logs, and then you can split them on the splitter. But it's a really quick, efficient, cheap way of getting some firewood so you can keep yourself lovely and warm. And a few other bits and pieces. I like to use 3-in-1. I do use WD-40 now and again, but I like to use 3-in-1 on my chainsaw just to keep it running smoothly so it doesn't overheat. This book was by a fellow YouTuber friend that I've got. Vincent's book, the Woodfire Handbook, is excellent. So if you're new to wood burners, you've just rented a cottage, just got a wood burner, everything you're going to need to know about firewood will be in this book, and that's on my Amazon page. This is the actual chainsaw that I have, and I've done video reviews in it, and I use it all the time, and I've had zero problems with it. Amazing value, 50 quid, 2 batteries, all of the spare bum flufferys that you're going to need to go with it. It's all good. And if you're feeling like a bit of a he-man, you've got a really good, well-recommended Fiskars splitting axe, the XL one. These things you can't break, okay? They are amazing. I haven't used one myself, but I've watched many videos on this, especially the American guys who do their own firewood swear by this one. So that's in my Amazon page under wood prep, I think it is. So we're just going to go back. There's all sorts on here. There's all sorts of stuff on here. You name it, it's all there. Power cut kit. Now, listen, power cuts are going on right now. So if you click on the Amazon page link under the video, you come to power cut kit. All of the things useful. If you haven't got, like I say, this video is a bit of a checklist. So I want you to go through what you've got, and maybe if you've seen some things in here which you haven't got, which you might consider getting, it could really help out. Don't forget, the more reliant we are on the main grid infrastructure, the more vulnerable we are. If we can take matters into our own hands when there's power cuts, we are going to be warmer, comfortable, and it shouldn't really make that much difference. So this little Olight here is back up to full price. Now, some of you who follow me for a long time now, every now and again, I will drop an Olight live stream. And that is the best time to go and grab bargains with discount codes as well, okay? Also, speaking of discount codes, anything to do with Olight, there is a 10% discount code underneath this video. So my opinion, I'd wait till they've got a sale. Then you can use the discount code, and then you can get things up to 60% off rather than paying full price, okay? Hot water bottles should come as standard, small and slightly larger version, okay? If you need to cook or boil a kettle, that sort of thing, consider getting some of these. All sorts, different prices, different sizes. Coleman, I've chose Coleman because they are a solid brand. They have been going for donkey's years, made in America, brilliant stuff. Spare kits, etc. Something like this is a bestseller as well. I know some of you guys like to use these aerosol type gas cans, and this one is a dual burner. So you can have a kettle on the go, and you can have another one if you're heating up some stew or you're doing some beans, that sort of thing. That's a real good deal for 45 nicker, all of that. So that's available. More Coleman stuff, some jet boils. These things, if you don't know, go onto the back of a gas bottle heater with a regulator already put on there. So that is good peace of mind. Every now and again, you should check your orange hose to make sure it's not perished, it's got any cracks in it, because you don't want little gas leaks going on in your house. Okay. Head torch, I've chosen this one because this was the one I bought over 10, 13 years ago, 14 years ago now. Never ever let me down. So I highly recommend Petzl. I believe Petzl could have been the first ever companies to make head torches. I always stick with these. I know I like doing, I just prefer these. Fire Dragon goes without saying, it's the best fire lighter you can find anywhere on the planet. It will light in rain. It actually burns on top of water. It's that good. So you got no worries of your fire going out if you light it with Fire Dragon. Awesome company. Some meths as well. If you want a meths burner, 750ml, £7. A bit expensive, but that's the cheapest I can find. All sorts of different stoves on here. Okay. First aid kit. If you haven't got one, always make sure you've got a quite comprehensive first aid kit for your house. Maybe get another one for your vehicle. Once you've got it, you shouldn't have to worry for at least 3 years. After that, you want to check to make sure nothing's perished or leaked. But no, once you've got it, £16, peace of mind in the car. You never know when you're going to need a first aid kit. And especially if you haven't got one indoors, please make sure you go and get one. Various different sizes of gas canisters for if you're indoors, if you're in a flat, to cook something, to keep warm, or to keep in your vehicle. If you break down, you can still have a nice hot cup of tea. So I chose all of those. These ones are quite new. I found these really, really cheap. Gas bottle heater. This one happens to come with its regulator and the pipe for £50. Now that is a steal. I've seen second-hand ones go for dearer than this. So, yep, all of these. This one could be unavailable depending on the color, but to be honest, who really cares? These are excellent. They're quick, clean, fast, and simple. All you need is a gas bottle. More of them to choose from here. More of those cartridges. So, yes, it's all good. Some paraffin, 20 litres there for £35. Free delivery. So if you need to stock up on some paraffin, that's good. Also, rye oil as well. That's slightly more expensive, but I've been using this company for years. I've never had a problem with them before. They do take a bit of a while to get to you because they're based down in East Sussex and they've got one van. So they drive all over the UK, dropping off all of this sort of stuff. Tea lights, always choose prices. Never had a problem with those. Always make sure that you check. So this one's a 4 hour. That's a 4 hour. If you get the thin little ones, they could be gone in 20 minutes. All right. These ones are my favorite. The Sentinels, they burn for 8 hours. These are excellent. And I'm telling you this for free. You won't get better than this. 50 8-hour quality tea lights for under £9. Unbelievable. I would grab multiple packets of these, stock up on them. You'll be glad you did one day. Smaller packs available, cheaper ones here, Fire Angel and Kiddie. Now, when we're talking of flames in the house, you must make sure that you've got carbon monoxide alarms or detectors, okay? You can get a pair of them here. This would be the one that I would recommend. I've actually got this on myself. They last for 10 years. You haven't got to worry about it. And every now and again, if you want to, once or twice a year, you can press the button, do a test, and it will be all good in the hood. These ones as well, the Hurricane lamps. There's one behind me. I'm going to show you that in a bit. And yes, I keep forgetting they've got an LED version. So I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of these and seeing how good these ones are. These old lanterns, I'm going to show you the real one in a sec. These are fan-flipping-tastic. So that would be some of the winter stuff, which is definitely worth bearing in mind that you've got in your preps. Oh, God. Speaking of preps, I think it was a comment on the video I've done recently, I can't remember which one it was. They was asking me if I've got any discounts for power stations, because I'm not going to mention any names, but I do know personally of a few people within the last 10 days have had a power cut. Also, if you're in the live chat right now, or if you're watching on the replay, can you let us all know whether you've had a power cut or not over the Christmas period? I know some of you have. My lights went off for a while. I bricked it for a bit because it was just as I was doing Christmas dinner, but luckily it was all good. If I can find it, I've teamed up with a new company now, and I've already been testing one product, and I've done a video on it. I'm also in the process of testing their brand new one. Now, this is unbelievable. Now, let me make sure, because you got to see this in full screen, right? All Powers. Underneath this video, there is a 10% off code. Now, if you can see on the top of the screen, you've got 2 days and 4 hours left, and then these deals are going to be finishing. It's absolutely nuts. And also, you get more percentage off the more you spend. But this one here, I can't believe this. This was 800 quid, and they've knocked it down to 365. So 54% off. And like I said, you've also got a 10% discount code to add to that as well. And that link is under the video. And basically, they have wiped, look at that, a minimum of half price. So I can't remember who it was who left that comment on the video recently, saying if I've got a code for power banks, because I know a lot of people are getting stressed out with power cuts. Lots of people have high energy bills, so they want to try and offset their energy bill, which is always a good idea. Some people take these to work and charge them up, take them home, unplug their fridge freezer, and just run this for 3 days without having to pay mains. It's a very good idea, and I think lots of people are starting to do that now. Again, this was £1,100, and they've whacked it down to 500 odd quid now. Absolute bargain. And I'm going to show you that because it's sat behind me. Brilliant bit of kit that is. It's really rugged too. And I've also been doing some field tests with these massive big solar panels. There is a video I've done on that. So if you want to skip back on my videos, you can see the review and the real life test that I've done with that. And I've absolutely made sure that it's funky compliant. It's very good. I'm not just saying it. There's no way I'd recommend stuff which just isn't up to par. So for a bit of a budget, this one's down to 700 quid now, and it was £1,600. They've absolutely whacked a load off of that one. And that is the one which I have been trying. I've been doing trials with, and there'll be a video coming over the next couple of weeks about this one, because I've been powering up my outdoor kit, tools, that sort of thing. This thing is unbelievable. It's a bad man. It's very, very big, very heavy, and there's a hell of a lot of power. 2,500 watts. It's insane. And yes, we could just go on. There's all sorts of deals on here. There is a link under the video if you want to check out the All Powers power stations. You click on that, it will take you straight here with all of this sale stuff that's going on. And also, don't forget that 10% discount code is absolutely live right now, and it's going to be live for at least a year. Okay, so I can't remember. I think it was someone called Colin, someone who left a message saying, have you got a discount code? Yes, it is below the video. So if you click show more underneath, it's all there. Okay, so bringing it a bit ahead now. Weather is going to get cold now. How prepared are you? Because I would say that tonight, early hours of tomorrow morning is going to be very cold for most of us here in the UK. But with that being said, I recently posted a YouTube short only a few hours ago to what's been going down in New York State in America. Wow. If you want to see crazy weather, snow, blizzards, God knows what, temperatures below, it's insane. And looking at the jet stream, the way it's blowing, we are going to get some of that within the next couple of weeks. So I would say use tomorrow morning as a bit of a training scenario. Okay, if you get through that and there's no problems, fine. But if there was a few things that cocked up, a few things that went wrong, by all means, have a look in the links below the video. because there's so much things to help. Lots of them have got sales on, and nearly all of them have got discount codes as well, because I know people are struggling. We all are. And anything I can do to get it the very cheapest price with discounts, the better it's going to help the community. Because I really do see we are going to get some proper mad, cold, snowy weather over the next, well, this month. So tomorrow morning, it's going to be especially cold. So that would be my advice. See how you get on tomorrow. Put certain plans and preps into effect. If you're worried you're going to get power cuts, maybe just charge up a few power banks, that sort of thing. Get torches ready, because there's nothing worse than waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning. You need to go for a pee. The light switches don't work. Oh my God, where's my head torch? I can't see anything. I've got to get my phone, try and find a torch on that, and you're tripping over things. Please be prepared, okay? I would say in times like this, make sure you've got your head torch on your bedside cabinet, okay? Because most of the time, power cuts are going to be on the night time, and if you're in bed and you need to get up and move around, at least you can see. Then you can figure things out that way. It just stops people falling down the stairs, that sort of thing, okay? Charging up your stuff as well, very, very important. Now, like I said earlier, this thing, I've actually been using this a lot. And yes, I do use this all the time. Anyone who's come and stayed with me, Rachel would tell you as well that I use this a hell of a lot. The beauty of it is, if I can open it, it's got, I don't know if you can see it, a USB-C and a bog standard USB-A. So you can charge your phone up with it or your torches with it. But not only that, you can just have it as a really good, beautiful, warm light as well. And if you really need to see a bit more, the beauty of this, you can hang this up somewhere near your ceiling or something, and you can turn it up really bright. And I'm not kidding you, you will see everything in your room. So that is the O Lantern Classic, I think it is. And I would wait a while. If you're desperate, order it today. But personally, I think, I'm not sure when Olight's going to do the next sale, but as soon as I find out, I'm going to let you guys know in the community post. All right, maybe do a YouTube short as well, giving people a heads up. Loads of people are after the best power bank or power cut lantern. I've done a video on this years ago. It's brilliant. I'm not just saying it. I'm only going to recommend stuff that actually works. And I don't know if you can see, but this is the power station, which we just shown. Brilliant. That powered up my fridge for 3 whole days solid. Yeah, just charged up once. Freaking excellent. And with the solar panels on this, you can't really lose. The beauty of these solar panels nowadays is they work even when it's cloudy. Where you go back to the solar panels on the 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s, you basically had to have Sahara desert conditions to charge up anything. Now these new ones have only been out a few years. They absolutely charge stuff when it's cloudy, which is great news for us because we all know what they're spraying in the skies. But with solar power, you can still get free power. Awesome. So that would be some of the things that I would do. Candles, make sure that you've got enough candles, okay? Because I know what it's like, you know, you want to get it nice and chilled, that sort of thing. So having candles, you could burn through them really easy and not realize. So always make sure you spend a bit of time just checking the stock to make sure that you're okay. Right, let me just check my phone. Oh, it's from our bro Ken in America, K Jumper One. They're about 6 hours behind us. Anyway, backup heating. Yes, backup heating is very, very important. I'm not going to mention any names, but a really good friend of mine has just bought a paraffin heater, right? Paraffin heaters, in my opinion, are foolproof, okay? They're very basic. They're very simple. You just put paraffin in there. You turn the wick on, light it, and you've got 2,500 watts of heat, enough for most rooms, most houses here in the UK, unless you live in a great big mansion and you've got a 2,000 square foot front room. Well, I'm pretty sure most of us haven't. All right. So making sure that you've got off-grid heating is one of the most important things you can do. Don't forget, when it's winter time, we have power cuts. Most people have gas central heating. Now, when it's a power cut, your gas central heating won't work. Why? Because all modern central heating gas central heating systems require electric for it to work, and some of them only work with an internet connection. I mean, that's crazy. If you want to risk having a freezing cold house because you decide to get the latest smart meter IoT ready gas central heating system, wow. I hope to God none of you do. All right, because the way I see things, the way my mind works, the more complicated things are, the more likelihood of them going wrong. That's one of the biggest problems I got with internet and technology, because lots of things require, or they need, so many little things to work, and it only takes one tiny little thing to stop working and you've lost everything. It's crazy. So going back to basics, I mean, John, you're watching, mate. Back in the army, we was taught one phrase and we will all remember it to the day we die. And that's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Make sure anything that's a valuable asset to your home, so heating, lighting, cooking, water, always make sure that you've got something that's well made, reliable, and above all, it's very simple. There's not many gadgets and bits in it. Okay, the more complicated things are, like the new cars, one little thing goes wrong, boom, you've lost the whole car. You know these new cars with sensors and everything. One little sensor fails and it just shuts the whole car off. Insane. So I'm sure you can appreciate, if you go back to basics, less things to go wrong, more reliable. You get secondhand older stuff, it's probably better made and it will last a lot longer. There was a thing that come out in the I would say in the 90s, called planned obsolescence. Now, what that basically means, if you don't know, is things built since the 90s, maybe before, they design them to only last a certain amount of time. So the customer goes back and buys another one. Okay. There absolutely is, and there are designs, and have been for over 100 years, for an electric light bulb to burn pretty much for at least 100 years. But they decided they would sell a lot more if they shorten the life, and it would last 2 years. Okay, it just makes them more money. So the rule of thumb: try and get older stuff if you can. It will last longer. If you got an oven, say in the 80s or the 90s, and you look after it, it will go for donkey's years. You go buying an oven now, you'll be lucky to get more than 7 years out of it. Just be careful. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. Okay. And also, before I forget, I do need to mention it. If you are going to be using any naked flame inside your home or in your vehicle to keep warm, you absolutely must get a carbon monoxide alarm. You absolutely must. Okay, you are playing Russian roulette with that if you don't. It's very easy to get tired, very warm, very comfortable, drop off to sleep. The carbon monoxide will start from the ceiling and gradually work its way down, and you start inhaling that for a certain period of time, you are going to die. I'm not going to mince my words, people. You will die. You can't see it, you can't smell it, and you can't taste it. So having a CO2 alarm will give you the heads up. And what I've done, you don't have to, but it makes sense to me, is when you get a CO2 carbon monoxide alarm or detector, keep it up near the ceiling in the room that you're using it. Okay, because that's the earliest heads up that you're going to get. Carbon monoxide, like I said, starts from the ceiling and works its way down. If you want to have your CO2 alarm on the floor and you're in bed, that CO2 will come down, the carbon monoxide, and it will get to you and kill you before it gets to the floor and triggers your alarm. All right, so always put your CO2 alarm high up in your vehicle, in your tent, in your caravan, in your flat, in your house, in your van, whatever. Always keep it near the ceiling or the roof. Very, very good sense. Another thing as well is coal. Now, with the wood burner that I've got, I went out and brought the bog standard, basic, old school Welsh anthracite coal. Now, when I first moved into this property out in the middle of nowhere in Wales, it didn't come with any instructions, so I had to learn how I got on with this back boiler wood burner. Okay, It's a little bit complicated if you've never used one before. There's so many things that you can try out to get it running perfectly. And it's taken me a long time. I've tried so many things and I've got it sorted now. But one of the things which I found in a manual much later on was there's coal that you can use as well as wood. And they call it large nuts. All right, no joke. This straight up. If you go to a local farmer store or go somewhere where they sell sacks of coal, they will call them large nuts or small nuts. Basically, large nuts are great big lumps of coal like this. So like anything up to a jacket potato size. Small nuts would be nothing bigger than, say, a satsuma, or maybe a bit bigger than a golf ball. Okay. I didn't realize that my back boiler required small nuts only, and I've got sacks of big nuts. Now, the problem is, due to Storm Dara, which was 13 months ago now, something like that. Some of you know what happened to Rachel and I out here in Wales. We lost 2 massive big conifer trees, huge, 200-foot, huge things, just come down in the storm. Got them all chopped up, and I've been splitting them recently. And the thing is with softwood, it burns so hot and so fast, it's not very good if you plan to use coal with it. Okay. From my experience, if you use hardwood, so you're looking at your ashes, your beeches, your birches, some oak maybe, that stuff is brilliant because you get really good, long-lasting hot embers. So your coal will heat up enough and burn properly. Okay. What I've been finding is the large lumps of coal, they just won't really work. So I actually spoke to my mate Mark, Ninja Man, and I feel still in here, Mark. Good to see you, mate. And he was saying he got some coal from Aldi, some smokeless coal. Now, when he showed me his little ash pan, unbelievable. I mean, I'm left with clinkers. I know these things sound crazy, but that's just what they refer to them as. Clinkers in the wood burning industry is basically small pieces of spent coal. All right, so you get a lump of coal like that big, and it will turn into something like that big. So you'd have loads of these all in the bottom of your pan on your wood burning stove. And it just seems a bit of a waste. You know, I'm itching to get the most out of them, but once they burn down to a certain thing, you have to burn them again and again and again, and eventually they may disappear. But with this smokeless coal that my mate Mark got from Aldi, just a pile of ash, which makes it so much easier to sweep out your little wood stove after you've been heating the house up. So all of that stuff is really, really, really good. So what I was going to show, let me see if I can find it. Like I said, if you want torches, personally, I wouldn't get them now because they are full price. But if you're really desperate, there is a link below to the Olight stuff, and there's also a 10% discount code, so you are going to save something. I just thought what I would do is I would show you on the screen now what is going on in the Olight world. So yeah, free shipping, lots of little free bargains and things like that, but they've got all sorts. But like I keep saying, when I do the Olight live streams, you know what the discounts are. They're massive. You can get 50% off some of this stuff. In fact, most of it will be 50% off. You whack my 10% code, it then becomes 60% off. Wow, makes things a lot more comfortable. But like I said, if you really are in the market to get a torch soon, because you've missed the boat, it's winter time, maybe your torch has just failed, you want to replace it, click on the Olight link and you'll get 10% off everything that you see on here. And they've brought loads of new things out. This is one of my personal favorites I'll carry with me at all times. The Warrior 3S is the best prepper tactical torch on the market, in my opinion. It is friggin' incredible, that one. I'll carry it everywhere over winter time. So that is the latest on some of the new innovations that Olight have got out. But stay tuned, because as soon as I get a heads up from my contact in Olight, I'll let you know when the next sale is going to be. So that's Olight. Let me see. Boom, back on the screen. So we've gone through that. We've gone through that. The weird thing, let me just go into the chat real quick. So I can't see Mike Cheshire Wanderer. I don't know if he's still in there. I'm scrolling up. I can't see him. Maybe he's gone in, gone out. I don't know. But me and my mate Mike, the Cheshire Wanderer, we was like that close from doing a wild camp in a bovvy to continue with our haunted bovvy series. That video I've done on the haunted bovvy has done really well. It's had nearly 100,000 views already, which blows my mind. We really loved making that video. It was hilarious. And looking at the comments, you know, so many people enjoyed that. But for one thing or another, it didn't come off. But what I was going to do was on that camp, I was going to take a few items. Now, some of you, I think 6 people have bought this chair. It's bloody awesome, but they don't just do chairs. So let me see if I can, there we go, make it a little bit bigger. Kilos gear as well. All of the things here, they've whacked money off, okay? I've recently just got this thing. This thing is massive. I wanted an extra large sleeping pad because when you sleep on the side, you toss and turn. You don't want something like a Mars bar. You want something a bit bigger. And this thing is thick. It's easily 5 inches thick and it weighs nothing. So I've got one of those. I've already got one of these chairs. These chairs are freaking unbelievable and they will take a couple of 100 kilos. So if you're a big guy or a big girl, these things, they've got your back, all right? They fold up small. They don't weigh hardly anything, actually. And I'll tell you what, some of you guys know if you're out on the trail, you're hiking, and you're at camp, rather than sit on the muddy floor or whatever, it's so comfortable, these chairs. They are excellent. So they are doing all of this stuff. Like I say, they do weird and wonderful things like camping tables and stuff. So if you're van life and you can literally clip that away, it takes up no room. When you park up, you get it out. It takes about 5 seconds to put that up. And straight away, you've got a lightweight table where you can do cooking, washing up, rolling smokes up, whatever you want to do. It's all good in the hood. So kilos gear, look, save 10% off. Some of them are 20% off. There's loads, all of these things. So I've got this blue mat and I've got this pillow and I've already packed it. And I was going to take it to the bovvy camp, which didn't come off. But me and Mike will be doing one this month or early next month. So stay tuned if you want to see some more haunted bovvy survival videos because they are awesome. Really awesome. I had someone called Mark Bartholomew or Mark Bartholomew. I forget his name, but Mark, if you're watching, when I got your email saying about LIFESAVER, because Mark sent me this email, excuse me, and what he said is he's got a water butt in his garden, right? What he noticed is summertime is when we had all of the droughts and stuff, he had his water cut off for a while and they didn't get any deliveries of water. So what he wanted to do was to get some water out of his water butt and boil it so he can make it safe to drink. You can do that, but he asked me, he said, can you recommend any good water filters? Because basically, if you've got a really good water filter, you can get water from anywhere as long as it's not seawater and you can purify it, i.e. make it safe to drink. You haven't got to go through the rigmarole of spending time, money, and using energy to boil water. Then you have to wait for ages for it to cool down just so you can have a drink, all right? It's so much easier just to get a can or a bottle, scoop up the dirty water, and I mean really dirty water, okay? Put the lid on, give it a shake, pump it a few times because it's a pressurized system, and you can drink straight away. You haven't got to worry about all these different filters and meshes and dripping and boiling. It's really quick, and really clean. But the best thing that I like about it is it's all made in the UK, which is amazing. If you can find water purification with a very good customer service reputation, really good reviews, LIFESAVER is way ahead. I know some of the fashion parade in the army like to use the Grail, which is great if you really want to, you know, really want to press as hard as you can just to get a bit of water, or you can have it in a pressurized system. These things are brilliant. Some of you guys have seen me use this a long time ago, over 13 years ago now, and I've still got it. It still works. It's brilliant. So yeah, you can literally just scoop up some water and you can pump it and it will come out clean as a whistle. This thing I'll carry in my car at all times, filled up, ready to go. All right. Never need to worry about water ever again. The jerry cans, you can get these in different colors. So you got desert, you got olive, you got black, you got blue. Options are always good. They do all sorts of things now. And they've also got this out, which I have somewhere. I was sent this a while ago. I haven't got around to doing videos. This is the brand new graphene water filter, one of the cleanest water filters on the planet right now. They are that good. I'm not blowing your chain. They are that good. So LIFESAVER, there you go, Mark. The discount code is underneath the video. So if you wanted to go on there, and I think you was after 2 jerry cans, you are going to get 10% off of all of that. So I hope that's helped if you're watching, dude. I did say about Paraffin earlier. Now, this is the company which I've been buying mine from. I've been getting it from eBay, but you can just go onto their website and use this. It's by a company in East Sussex, by Rye Oil. I'm not associated with them. I don't get any payment from them. It's just a company that I've been using for over 13 years now, and I've never had a single problem. Okay. They used to do them in these great big drums, which I've got a few of these. But what they're doing now is they're doing 5-litre cans, which are a lot smaller, and you get 4 of them for under 40 quid, which is quite crazy because if you look around, some paraffin is going for £15 for 4 litres. So 5 litres for under £10 is a bargain, and they'll deliver it anywhere mainland UK. And I've highlighted it there. It's class 1. It's the best paraffin you can buy. All right, it's super clean. It's excellent stuff. Paraffin, guess what? Paraffin will last indefinitely. If you brought this tub of paraffin and you put it in your shed and you forgot about it for 30, 40 years, you opened it, it would still do exactly the same thing as the day you bought it. That's one of the reasons why paraffin is one of the best prepping heating fuels that money can buy. Absolutely, totally recommend paraffin. It's good stuff. And like the old school days, it's got that certain smell. Some people like it, some people don't. And I'll tell you what, Rachel, my lovely darling girlfriend, guess what she got for me for Christmas? All right. She doesn't know I'm showing you this, but the reason I'm showing you this is I've been using this piece of kit ever since Christmas Day. And let me tell you this, it's probably one of the best things that I've got to keep warm. You won't believe this. I've got to show it to you. It's absolutely massive, right? It's so big. And what it is it's an oversized hoodie. And I mean oversized. I think Rachel said they come in a few sizes. This is like a large, but you can see, I don't know if you can see on there, just how thick that fleece is on the inside. And it's very, very smooth, like camouflage. Let me put a light on and you can see. There you go. It's got this camouflage on there, right? And I'm not joking. I'll put it on and it comes down to my knees. And it is absolutely, you won't believe how big this is. In fact, I won't even be able to fit it all on the screen. Okay. I'm going to show you. Right. This is shoulder to shoulder. One there and one there. And look at my shoulders. So you can fit 2 of me in here. And look how big it is. It's massive. Absolutely massive. And God love her for getting that. Rachel, you're an absolute legend. It is so bloody lovely. And I'm going to get you one. I'm going to get you one because earlier I just found where you got it from. I remember you told me the company. Now this company, right? I'm not affiliated by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, when I used to go on Instagram, I've been out of Instagram for 4 months or so now. But when I was on there was a company called HR4K. Now, if you don't know what HR4K is, they are ex-special forces. Most of them are from the SAS, and they are based in Hereford, where SAS headquarters are, and they make their own stuff. And if I can find it, there it is. I just want to make sure, like I say, there's no discount code. I'm not affiliated with these people, but for the time I've been using it, here it is here. It's called a doodie. So you got a little one and a big one. Now, hopefully, yes, it's opening on the same page. This thing here is friggin' bonkers. It's oversized. It's supposed to be. I mean, you could literally chuck this on anyone and they'd be fine in it. Oh, I'm not joking. This thing is massive. It's so thick. It's so warm. The good thing, which I love about it, it's got elasticated cuffs. Okay, so you haven't got these great big wizard cuffs hanging off of the end of your hand. Okay, so that's good. You've got a great big kangaroo pocket, which I think they call it. So you can put your hands in and you can shake your own hand in there. It goes all the way through. And you've got a massive big hood. So something like this for getting out of bed, it's freezing cold, or you just come out the bath, you throw that on, it's freaking awesome. So Rachel, thanks so much, darling, for that. Mark, Ninja Man, you got one. Oh, good lad. Here it is. Rachel, it's called a doodie, and from HR4K in Hereford. And like I say, Hereford is where the SAS headquarters are. It's where they're based. And they're ex-SAS guys getting their heads together, coming up with all sorts of hoodies, coffee, etc. So if you want to check them out, like I say, I'm not affiliated, I'm not getting anything, but anything veteran charities and stuff I love helping, right? So just put HR4K into your search engine and it'll be boom. And I think where that come from is that's the postcode of Hereford, where the SAS Sterling Lines headquarters is based. So they've made a company from that. So yeah, that's awesome. Someone said they've got one on now and they're boiling. I'm not joking. I've got the heating on, but for a few days I've had no heating and I've been making do because I knew tonight is going to be really cold. So I'll be saving my foil for tonight. But I've been using this flipping great big hoodie, which my amazing partner has got me. And in fact, there's they've put a leather thing on it. That's the logo, HR4K. Honestly, guys, you won't go wrong. And I think they've reduced the price as well because it's Christmas or something. So, yeah, that comes highly recommended. So, you know, those times when you get out of bed and it's cold, the heating hasn't come on or whatever it is, and you need to nip out for a pee, you want a fag or whatever it is, you throw that on, no clothes on, and trust me, you will be warm in like 2 seconds. And I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. It's brilliant. So I just got to shut down these pages that I've got opened up there. So basically that is just a heads up of some of the bits of kit and equipment which I think are going to be helpful throughout the winter months, and we are definitely in winter right now. So if there's anything that you need, please go underneath this video, look at the links, and lots of them have got discount codes as well. Okay, most of them have got sales, not all, but if you have a look, you could save an absolute fortune. And you want to get this stuff before it gets really cold. Don't forget, if you don't believe me, look what's going on in New York State right now in America and look at the crazy weather. It's insane, and it is going to be blowing over here. Just look where the jet stream's going. It's going to drag it over. It's going to get real cold, real snowy. So make sure that you guys are prepared, all right? If you're prepared and you know people who aren't, send them over here, get them to look at the links and get sorted. Because what we don't want is a prepper community who aren't really prepared and they start to suffer or struggle. And one last thing before I sign off, don't forget to check on your elderly neighbours. Okay, someone's got little Mavis at the end of the street where she don't really go out. Just knock on the door. Do it in the daytime because you don't want to freak them out at night time, and just check how they are. All right, you might be able to help them out. Hot water bottle, cup of tea, going for a chat, fix a curtain or something that's broken and she can't do, whatever it is. You know, this country, the UK, used to be really great, but now it's fallen apart like we know. But we can always make sure that we keep our true sense of community. Everyone should know everyone on their street. There shouldn't be any strangers anymore. Make the effort, put yourself out there, get yourself known. You can help others and someone can help you as well, because the police ain't coming, guys. I think we know that. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay fun.
Hi, man.
What are you doing?
I'm drinking wine and eating cheese and catching some rays, you know.